My name's Walter Richardson. I'm 41 years old. I served in the British Army for the Argyll Southern Highlanders. I signed up in 2007 and I got out in 2017 through injury. My housing situation before I lived in Airdrie, North Lanarkshire, a private lease. We'd lived there for 5.5, just going 6 years. Things took a turn for the worst when the landlord decided to sell underneath us and practically left us homeless. During that period of time, I was slowly getting into a depression, to be honest with you. I was carrying unbearable weight on my shoulders and I didn't know how I was going to cope with any of it. I tried to do most of it myself, but it was a bigger task than I actually thought it would have been. I'd been in contact with numerous charities. I had to get in touch with North Lanarkshire Council. They weren't very helpful. I was told I was self-entitled and that they couldn't meet the demands that I'd put across. I then got in touch with SAFA, who helped me find another charity. ABF then directed me to yourselves. The process of contacting Military Martyrs was pretty straightforward. I phoned, you guys phoned me back, and then from then on in, you took over and dealt with everything for me. I just lifted a complete weight off my shoulders. The advice that Military Martyrs provided was near enough everything, because before we got in touch with Military Martyrs, this property I'm in just now, I got told my family was too big, overcrowded. I spoke to Military Martyrs, you went on my behalf to Veterans Housing, and before I knew it, within a couple of days, I had an interview for the house, spoke to them about it, and I managed to successfully get the property. If it wasn't for you guys, that would never have happened, because I would have just took that as it was. I'm not getting the property, and moved on, tried to get somewhere else. And Veterans House in Scotland were also fantastic in the end. They'd done everything they could to help me out and secure this property. After our interview, they phoned me to congratulate me and saying that I was a great candidate for the property they were offering. I love my new home. I never thought this was to be an area I'd have moved to or lived in my life. I've always lived in cities. We've been out here in a little seaside town. It's brilliant. It's amazing. Where we used to live, my kids didn't have much of a life. They'd come in from school and that was them until the next day, because it wasn't safe enough to let them out. Moving up here, I've never seen my kids happier. They've got a spring in their step. They're out every single day. They've got a wee group of friends, and now I've got work. I've got, it's changed my life completely. I'm on top of the world, to be honest. If I hadn't contacted Military Martyrs, I think we'd have been living in a homeless unit for God knows how long. As the council said, I could have been there for a week, months, years. If it wasn't for Military Martyrs, that could have been worst case scenario, or homeless. The advice I'd give to anyone in a similar situation to myself is don't do what I done and try and do it yourself. The best thing I ever done was reached out, and Military Martyrs was there to give me that helping hand.